Good morning. Good morning, my people. Good morning once again from our studios. Live coming to you from Nigeria. This is Brownbaba show, and in this channel we just want to do one thing. We want to do some entertainment. We want to do some interviews with people. We want to get to the grassroots of what is going on in our daily lives. We want to enjoy our own music, Igbo music. So we want to encourage you to tune into this channel anytime you want, anytime you can, with your family, just to enjoy the series of activities, the programs that we have for you, our audience. Okay, without wasting much of your time this morning, I still say good morning. Kedu ka unu melu this morning? Ke ka unu melu? Una adịkwa mma na ezinụlọ unu. Ama m na onye ọbụla tetara ụla n'ụbọchị tata. Di gị tetara ụla, nwunye gị tetara ụla, ụmụazị, they are awake too and running around. That is to the glory of God. You can listen to the music at the background. Mothers are very wonderful. Without mothers, I don't know where we're going to be today. So, whatever we say or we do today, we have to acknowledge. We have to say thank you to our mothers, to our wives, to the little girls that are still growing up. I cherish women a lot. Inside their heart, they are so kind. They are so nice. You can only see the other side of them when you pinch them and continue to pinch them. And of course, when you pinch people, you know you're hot. And because they have a way that they react to certain things, they tend to forget some things and then they respond. This morning from Brownbaba show, in Lagos State, we're going into a curfew because of the pandemic, because of coronavirus, COVID-19. It is no longer a news. America is recording deaths in a very high rate. Italy, Spain, United Kingdom. So it's a universal thing. Everywhere now in the world. Brownbaba show, we don't want to go into politics. We don't want to go into religion. But we want to say the way it is. Now, my question to you, my people at home. What do you think caused this plague? It's a plague. Don't get it twisted. It is a plague. I'm beginning to wonder, I'm beginning to think, when you look at the streets, I'm talking about New Orleans, talking about New York, Washington, I'm talking about other states in America, when you see the whole streets deserted, no business open, sports activities are down, everything is down now as we're talking in the whole world. Even the China that is trying to recover is having new cases. What do you think is the problem? One virus. So it's time we start to think. Don't just think it's just a normal virus. Yes, it's a virus. That is how we human beings think. But in the spiritual realm, something is happening. There's a warning from above that it's time for you that is watching me now to do what you're supposed to do. Like I said, we don't preach in Brownbaba show. We don't preach. But it's high time you bring your family together this morning and do the needful. It's time to go back to your Creator. Ask for mercy. Now, this morning, we have a topic we want to just discuss because we don't have much time. As I'm finishing this topic now with you guys, I'm heading to the roads. Under Red Cross, Brown Foundation, and Brownbaba Show, we want to try to enforce people to stay at home. Now, you will stay at home. If you're in Lagos, if you're in Ogun State, and other states, you have to stay at home for you to stop the spread of this virus. It's actually spreading fast. So, without wasting much of our time, we're going to treat a topic this morning. You have to contribute. I'm doing this a live video, but I don't want to go to Facebook Live. I want to do the recording, and then I want your contribution. It's a very important topic, and the topic goes like this: loving your family again, part 1. Love your family again, part 1. Now, when I say love your family again, does it mean we don't love our families? We do. But my people, this is the first time in a very long time that all of us are staying at home at the same time. The mother is there, the father is there, the children are there. Or in a very rare case, okay, you have the father and the mother. Husband and wives are home. And in some certain situations, I believe that some boyfriends and girlfriends are home together. Loving your family again. Let me tell you the typical life in Lagos State. Before 5:30 every morning, Mondays to Fridays, people are already on their way to work, different offices. The mother will leave in the morning, probably she'll make a little fast meal, pia, and everything. And people are going to eat fast. The husband will just take one slice of bread and do some tea, and they're out. And the woman goes to office. So dad goes to the office, mom goes to the office. And the children, if they are not in boarding school, what it means is that they're going to be dropped off by either a keke guy, hired keke guy, or a taxi guy. Or if you come to a higher level, people that have money, the school bus come and pick them up. So typical life in Lagos State is everyday people's time are already consumed. Even before they wake up in the morning, they're already thinking, how do we move? People are still loving. Don't get it twisted from me. People are still loving. But before you love, you have to think. Your brain needs to settle for you to start loving. So the fact that our brains and our minds are already activated, work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we tend to see our family as a routine, a normal thing. When I say a routine thing, is like you come in the office in the morning, we have a morning meeting. It's a routine thing. Please, can we do safety meeting? And we do a safety meeting. And then from the safety meeting, you itemize what you're going to do today. So your day is already programmed. That's how it is in the typical life of people living in Lagos and some other cities, Abuja and the rest of them, New York, New Orleans, UK, London, and the rest. So we don't tend to love anymore. We're still loving, but we're still loving. We're loving in a routinely way. Doing that thing you're supposed to do. Oh, honey, is there breakfast? Oh, honey, are we having lunch? Oh, honey. So you're doing a systematic love, not a love from the heart. So this morning, we know that the father is around, the mother is around, husbands and wives are home. For the first time in a very long time, they are seeing themselves. What are you going to tell your wife? What will you tell her? This is just the beginning. This is the first day of the coffee. We're going to do 14 days. And let me tell you, the way it is, we're going to do 2 months at home. I'm predicting that. We're already drawing a chart to see. Coming from the CDC, we're looking at how many people are being infected every day. Let me also be clear to you, we have a lot of people infected in Lagos. It's in thousands now. You have to know the truth. Forget the people that are tested. Most people are home and they are suffering from COVID-19. Of course, they can wake up from it. without even realizing that you had COVID-19. So the topic now is, what are you going to tell your wife? In a very long time, you guys have not stayed together 1 week at home. You sleep on the same bed, you wake up on the same bed. She makes your breakfast, not that she's going to run away anymore. You're not running away. So after eating your breakfast, you're going to be looking at your woman. So, solutions. Loving your family, again, part 1. A man should be as humble as possible. If you're a man and you're listening to me, if you're a husband, if you're a boyfriend, please drop all your ego. That is one thing I learned from my father. Pretend as if you're not a man. Lower yourself. Come to your wife, come to your girlfriend. Submit yourself. Not the submission of a woman to a man, but open up yourself. Remove that muscular thing. Remove that, I'm the man. Remove that, the bossy thing from you. Have you checked the lifespan of a man and a woman? Have you asked yourself, why do men go early and the women still remain a little bit with their kids? Please, this morning, you have to go to your wife, or in the afternoon or in the night, depending on how you want to do it. But this is a lesson that people will not teach you. Your pastors will not tell you that. Go to your wife this season. This is COVID-19 season. But it can be a season of reconciliation. It can be a season of uniting the two of you. It can be a season of removing all you have inside you. You think your wife did something wrong last 3 years and you're still harboring it? You think your husband cheated on you 10 years ago, you're still harboring it? You're still punishing him? Now, there is no time. You have to reconcile with both of you. A man, you have to go to your wife today or tomorrow. I don't know the day you want to do it. But very simple thing, you ask your wife. Honey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Now we're together, we're locked up. I have only one thing to ask. Do you still love me? Tell me, honey. Do you still love me? This is me that you married 5 years ago. This is me 10 years ago. I know I've done a lot of things wrong to you. I know that I'm not worthy to be talking to you this way. But please, do you still love me? And without mixing words, tell your wife that you're sorry. Even say sorry for the things that you did not even do. I'm telling you how this season is going to work out. I'm seeing friction at homes right now. And the friction is going to come. Imagine you, for a very long time, you've not been there. For a very long time, it's been busy days. For a very long time, nobody sits down together anymore. Even when you come back 9:30, 10 every day from work, check what I'm saying. People leave their offices 8:30, 9 o'clock. Even when you leave 6:30, you're going home very late at night. Your wife must have prepared your food. Put it on the dining table. She must have been sleeping because she's thinking of tomorrow again. She's going to go out. And then you come in, you shower, you eat your food. Of course, you're going to dive into the bed. Have you taken time to turn her around while she's about to sleep and give her a peck and kiss her and say, darling, I missed you? So this is the time for us to sit down together as a family and tell one another the basic truth. If your husband did something wrong to you, this is an opportunity to sit him down and say, honey, you wronged me the other day. This is what you did. But from the bottom of my heart, I have forgiven you. Give him a kiss. Husband, likewise, go to your wife. Honey, I wronged you. I did this. I did that. I'm not saying you should confess a lot of things that will put you in trouble again. But I mean, when you're doing a confession, come on, don't get it twisted. When you're confessing, say wrong. I've wronged you. You can use a general terms. I have wronged you. But I'm sorry. I'm coming back to you. This is me, your husband. And you will see that unity come back again to your family. You will see that your wife that is not smiling anymore start smiling again. When you lift out, when you take out so many things, so many grudges, so many heavy stuff inside you, you're gonna be free again. Remember, the kids are watching the two of you. Let me give you one example. We've not even started the curfew. Just the day before yesterday, I was in my studios. At the back of my studios, there's this family living there. A young woman and a young man. I think they just got married, 2 years with a kid. And I heard the wife early in the morning shouting, "Is this the man I married? Who are you again? Who are you? I don't even know you. What happened to you?" I did not hear that man talk. He did not even speak. He didn't say anything. But I heard the wife shouting, "You are a very stupid man. You are a very foolish person. How much did you give me? I couldn't even buy everything we need." I paused. I stopped whatever I was doing. And I started asking myself, is this how we're going to do it this season? People, is a long way. Now, if your husband gives you something, 50,000, 35,000, 40,000, please, my people, the ladies, the women, try and see how you can manage it. Try how you can balance it. Try and see how you can use that money effectively. Please, this is not the time to be another corona to somebody. Our women are fantastic. Our women are very intelligent. But this is not the time for us to run away from corona outside and then run into another corona. A man can be a coronavirus. A woman can be a coronavirus. Your children can be coronaviruses, depending on how you do it. So I am pleading with you this morning. It is very important that as we are seeing ourselves together in a very long time, and it's going to be a long period of time, we have to find a way to balance the family. A man wakes up in the morning, you don't just sit down. Help your wife. Help her in doing some things. Go to the kitchen. I'm not saying a man should go and wash dishes. No, I like washing dishes. I'll wash. But I'm saying you wake up in the morning as a man and your wife is already cleaning and doing some other things. Look at what you can do to help her. And a woman that a man is helping, don't see it as the man is now trying to be your mate. No way. You have to say, "Thank you, darling. Thank you, honey, for helping me." So this is the period we need to work together. If you're a woman and you're earning money, you're earning salary, your husband is earning salary, this is the time for you to, yes, I know you've been contributing to the house things. I know you've been helping him a very long time. But this is the time for us to come together. This is the time for us to open up to one another. If you're a single lady and you're with your boyfriend, this is the time for you to come out just the way you are. No pretense. The worst thing that can happen to relationships is when you pretend to be who you are not. Why not be yourself? So this morning, you're going to go to your husband, you're going to go to your wives, and you're going to tell them, "Please, baby, I'm sorry for everything I've done to you. Love me again." This is the topic this morning. Love me again. Love me again. So that the joy will come back to your family. So that COVID-19 will not devour us. Like I said, there's coronavirus outside. We don't want to be coronavirus to our people again. So if you're watching me, it's a very fast topic and it's something that you need to tell me. Tell me what you're doing after watching this video. Tell me what you're doing to change the way you think in your family. Tell me what you've done already to your husband and your wife. I want to listen. I want to get your replies. Tell me. And together we're going to come out of this menace. We're going to come out of this stupid virus. And before I close this topic, which is very fast, please remember to go to God in prayers. Bring your family together as a man. Pray. If you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian, this is the time to pick up your Bible, pick up your Quran, read the Word of God, and let God have mercy on us. Thank you for listening to me, and I'm waiting for your contributions. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Please, peace. Peace unto you this morning. Peace unto your family this morning. Whatever it is that you're asking God for, it can only be answered when your heart, when there's no grudge, when you don't have any bitterness for your husband or for your wife. Like I said, we don't want to preach in Brownbaba show. This is a show that is going to help a lot of people because we want to bring true messages to you. Whether it's political, whether it's community-based, whether it's individual thing, we want to bring a real message, undiluted, to you. So our topic this morning is very simple: loving your family. Again, now tell me, if you're a woman and you're watching me, what is it that you don't like your husband is doing to you? You don't need to write your name. You can just send me, reply me. What is it that he is doing to you? It might be very little, it might be very tiny, but you don't like it. And you don't even know how to tell him. Husbands, what is it that your wife is doing that you don't like, but you don't even know how to tell her? Do you know why you cannot tell her? And wives, do you know why you cannot tell him? Because that communication is not there. Communication is not when you're talking to somebody. No, negative. Learn that one this morning. Communication is not verbal. Communication is verbal, of course. That's how you communicate. But understand me, communication is in the heart. The main communication we do is in our hearts. We do it with our hearts. So when you're saying, darling, I love you, it's not just your lips that are saying, darling, I love you. You're not saying it because you want to say it, because you want to please him. What will you gain if you're just opening your mouth because you want to open it, and your heart is saying, this guy, I don't care about you. I'm just here because of the money. I'm here because you're somehow good to my family. So why can't you be real to yourself? And that's why this topic is so important at this critical time, because everybody is at home as I'm talking now. That's your wife you're running away from. She's with you, and she's going to remain with you in a very long time. That is what this virus is causing. Now, this virus is somehow bringing some good things too. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying virus is good. No. Let me deviate a little bit. Do you know that the pollution level, I'm an engineer, and most times, aside doing some engineering designs, aside doing some process control, aside doing some oil and gas treatments, I deviate sometimes. I read about nature. I read about pollution. I read about what human beings are causing to the Mother Earth. Do you know that over this period, that there are no flights, no big planes flying, no industries are, all the pollutants, everything that we have been sending to the atmosphere. Do you know that within this short time, we're able to record a very low level of pollution in the world? Do you know the ice pack are beginning to form again? Do you know the Amazon forest everywhere is getting cleaner air? Do you know for the first time scientists are shouting, wow, so we can do this, so we can stop this pollution, so we can think of a cleaner fuel, a cleaner energy. Do you know that there's nothing that happens without something? Do you know that the earth is trying to balance itself? Yes, people are dying, but do you know that the earth is adjusting to the pollution that we are causing, to the ozone layer, to the depletion? Things are happening right now. Scientists are studying, which means as a human being, we have the power to say enough of this pollution. We have the power to say enough of this grudge in my family. We have the power to say enough is enough. Woman, I love you truly. But what if you don't love your wife? What if you married your wife just for marriage sake? By the way, why did you even marry your wife? You that is watching me, can you tell me one reason why you married that woman? Do you know that people just marry because somebody is having one cough and one big upper chamber? I never believed that people marry because somebody is so beautiful. Yes, beauty is very important. But have you forgotten that it's a beauty that is hidden? So now you married somebody because the person is like a princess, like a queen, but inside the person is dirty. So tell me, why did you even marry your wife in the first place? Again, know ye that is in the past now. If you married your wife because she was so good to you and everything, and now you're seeing something different, what are you gonna do? There's always a solution. Just like the Mother Earth is adjusting. Just like we're seeing cleaner air in the world. Just like we're seeing pollution coming down to the lowest level. It dropped by almost 40%. So tell me what's gonna happen if the world remains like this in the next 2 months. We're gonna come back to a free earth again, without pollution. The sea level will start to depreciate. The ozone layer will start to rejuvenate. The Mother Earth will start coming back. Do you know what happens to our environment every day? Sorry, NEPA just went off. Do you know what happens to our environment every day? Do you know the pollution we cause to this environment? That is the same way we cause pollution in our homes. What do we do this day? In your opinion, how can you be close again? I still remain Brown, and this show is still Brownbaba Show. And all the points I'm trying to touch is still hovering around loving your family again. That's your son, that's your daughter. You think he or she is not going to be anybody. He can't even sit down and read. He can't even solve simple mathematics. What are you going to do about it? Of course, we never had time in the past. We still don't have time now. Some of us don't even have that time to look into what our children are doing. This is the time. COVID-19 is making it possible for us to see ourselves again, face to face. Now, do you know that some people, husband and wife, don't sleep on the same bed? Some husbands and wives do not sleep on the same bed. There are so many reasons why a young couple will be sleeping apart. This is my room, this is your room. But this sleeping together or not sleeping together is a big topic. I don't want to go into it. Because you can still be sleeping in your room and still love your husband. You can still share the same room with your husband and you still don't love him. Or husband, you don't love her. So it's a big brother thing. Why do people not sleep on the same bed? It's for another day. My main topic today is how can we bridge that gap? You call yourself a mother. You call yourself a father, a husband, a wife. You go to church every Sunday. You say, God, forgive me for I've sinned. You go on the internet, you keep talking. You tell people what they do. You advise people. You tell them how to run their families. How are you running your own family? How are you making sure that your husband is not going to die early? Do you know some women kill their husbands without knowing? How do you kill your husband without knowing? Talking too much. When a man says one thing, you say 50. When he brings out one idea, instead of you to calm down, listen to his idea, digest it, leave him for some hours, leave him for the next day, And if you're not buying the idea, of course, it's not a must you buy the man's idea. If you're not buying his idea on a particular matter, why not give him that little respect for a day? Tell him, honey, we're going to think about it. We're going to look at this together. We're going to know if it's going to work. And then wrap here for 24 hours. And then come the next day. Coming the next day is not just waking him up from sleep. Wake him up with a kiss. Wake him up with a hot sex. You know what I'm saying? Ginger his swagger. Touch him. Hold him. Make him feel like a baby. And then you can say, honey, I'm just thinking what we discussed yesterday. Can you look at it again? Let me tell you something. Even the hardest man will drop all his ideas for your own idea. But we don't know how to do it. We think it's always by fighting with him. You can't fight with him. You're not on the same. You guys are not. He's the man. You're the woman. I know we're on the same level. But of course, there's authority. Like you have it in your office. These are the things that we need to start doing now. Why am I bringing this topic to you? Because everybody's at home. So that if we can learn this period, if we can learn to love our families again, then after this war on COVID-19, we must have learned a lot. Remember, your family is all that you have. Last week, I was reading a journal, and something got me thinking that the divorce rate in Abuja, it was mentioned in that journal, is very high. People are letting go. I'm tired. I'm not doing this anymore. What happened? What is the problem that you cannot sit down and discuss? And not just sitting down to discuss, you cannot forgive. There are so many things that people think they cannot forgive. I don't want to go into them. But in your heart, you know the things that is your, they call it, what they call it? They call it the upper limit. You can't get over that limit. The peak. There are things that once it's above that peak, you can't let go. The woman must go. What is it that you think your wife can do to you today? And then you will tell her to pack her things. I've been a preacher, or I don't know, I've been this